You're tired, but not just physically. You're tired deep in your soul. You're smiling on the outside, but barely holding it together inside. You've prayed, waited, believed, and still, nothing. No answers, just silence. And you're starting to wonder, did God forget me? But what if this silence has a purpose? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why God's silence isn't the end. It's the setup. You've been praying, you've been waiting, and you've been wondering why things haven't changed. You've whispered your hopes into the dark and begged for a sign, a breakthrough, a moment of peace, and still, silence. And now you're asking the question that so many people are too afraid to say out loud. Has God forgotten me? You've been faithful. You've kept showing up. You've smiled when it hurt. You've encouraged others while your own soul was quietly breaking. You've been strong for everyone else. And yet, in your quiet moments when no one's looking, you feel the weight of that silence more than anything else. It hurts. Because silence makes us feel invisible. It makes us question if our prayers are even reaching heaven. It makes us feel like maybe we did something wrong. Maybe we missed something. Maybe we're not worthy of the breakthrough we've been waiting for. But let me tell you something that your weary heart needs to hear. Just because God is silent doesn't mean He's not working. Just because you can't hear Him doesn't mean He's not moving. His silence is not absence. His delay is not denial. His stillness is not rejection. Sometimes, the most powerful things God does happen in places we can't see. The quiet places, the hidden places, the places where nothing seems to be happening, but everything is being prepared. You see, growth rarely makes noise. A tree doesn't shout as it breaks through the soil. A foundation doesn't make headlines while it's being laid. And yet, without those quiet processes, nothing strong can stand. The same goes for you. In your waiting season, God is strengthening your roots. He's forming character. He's building endurance. He's teaching you to trust, not in what you see, but in who He is. That kind of trust only comes in silence. It only comes when there's no evidence and no obvious progress. It comes when you decide to believe anyway, when you choose faith over fear, peace over panic, and surrender over striving. And that choice, though quiet, is incredibly powerful. So if it feels like you've been forgotten, I need you to understand this. God hasn't overlooked you. He hasn't skipped you. He hasn't moved on from you. He's simply doing something in you that takes time. You're not behind. You're being built. The detour you didn't plan, the door that didn't open, the delay you didn't understand, none of it is wasted. God is not ignoring your prayers. He's aligning His purpose. And when He's silent, He's often speaking the loudest in your spirit. He's teaching you to hear Him in new ways, in the peace that doesn't make sense, in the strength that rises when yours runs out, and the gentle reminder that you are still held, still seen, still loved. You don't have to understand the whole plan to trust that it's good. You don't have to feel strong to be strong. Sometimes, faith is as simple as waking up and whispering, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm still here. I'm still trusting you. And that small whisper is louder in heaven than you know. It moves mountains that haven't even come into view yet. It stirs things in the spiritual that will eventually break through in the physical. But for now, you wait. And I know waiting is hard, especially when your heart is tired, especially when everyone else seems to be moving forward while you feel stuck. But listen closely. You are not stuck. You are being stretched, and stretching hurts. But it's also how we grow, how we become, how we rise. So take heart. The silence won't last forever. The night always gives way to morning. The breakthrough always follows the breaking. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are not behind schedule. What's meant for you will come not a second too early and not a moment too late. In the meantime, don't stop praying. Don't stop believing. Don't stop showing up. Even when it feels pointless. Even when no one sees. And when nothing's changing. Because it's not pointless. You are being faithful. And faithfulness always produces fruit. Even if it grows underground for a while. There is a version of you that exists on the other side of this pain. Stronger, wiser. Softer. Maybe. But deeper too. And everything you're going through right now is leading you toward that version. So keep going. Even if it's slow. Even if it's silent. Even if you don't feel like it. Because in your weakness, God's strength shines brightest in your silence. His whisper speaks clearest in your stillness. His purpose takes shape. You may not understand it now, but one day you will. One day you'll look back and thank God for the door that didn't open, for the person who walked away, for the season that forced you to grow in ways you never would have chosen for yourself. But today, just focus on breathing. Just focus on trusting. Just focus on placing one foot in front of the other. You don't have to carry it all. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to show up with your honest heart and your open hands and let God do the rest. He hasn't forgotten you. He's forming something eternal in you. And when the time is right, it will all make sense. Until then, rest in this truth. Even in silence, God is still with you. Even when you feel nothing, He's there. Even when you hear nothing, He's near. And even when everything around you feels uncertain, He is still faithful.